God sometimes tells him to kill people. I don't think he's done it. I would hope anyways. He thought that people were going to take his kid and turn it into the Antichrist. They tell you he's a cannibal too.
I'm sorry? They thought he was?
No, he was.
He was. How do you know this?
Because he made me eat people.
When a man mysteriously disappears in Cortez, Colorado, in February 2008, investigators find themselves drawn into a disturbing world of cult rituals, devil worship, and whispers of cannibalism. As the case unfolds, it becomes clear that the missing man may not have been an innocent victim, but a figure with a terrifying past. What begins as a routine missing persons inquiry soon spirals into one of the most shocking investigations in the region's history.
You guys think I did it?
On April 28, 2008, Detective Cox of the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office responds to a report from a man named Jim who claims his brother, 41-year-old Jack Barry, has not been seen since late February. When officers speak with Jack's mother, Sandra, she reveals that her grandson, Jeremiah, has shared deeply disturbing information about what might have happened. Detectives immediately bring Jeremiah in for questioning, unaware that the interview will lead them into a nightmarish web of secrets, exposing a dark legacy that few could have imagined. All statements made by individuals in this case remain unverified and reflect only their personal accounts. The following footage contains material never before seen by the public.
Do you understand why you're here?
Because my dad's missing.
Yeah.
Supposedly missing.
Okay.
He's good at not being found when you need him.
So this isn't the first time anything like this has happened?
No.
Okay.
He does this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to guess over the period of your life, how many times do you think this has happened? Where your dad's just kind of disappear up and disappear?
9 times. He always creates some kind of incident and then a lie to go with it. Like last time he said that he got lost in a canyon and couldn't find his way out, and then he broke his leg. I don't think that happened, but
Okay.
he'll just come up with things. And
Jeremiah's grandmother, Sandra, described her son, Jack, as a man plagued by paranoia and delusional thoughts, what she personally believed to be signs of schizophrenia, though she emphasized it was only her opinion and not a medical diagnosis.
If you have any knowledge about why your dad's missing or anything like that, you should tell me now. Do you have any knowledge of why your dad's missing?
no.
Okay. Do you know where he's at right now?
Montana, I think. I don't know. So, no.
So you believe him to be in Montana right now? Okay. What makes you believe that?
Because that's usually where he goes to kind of get away, and he has a cabin up in the woods up there,
Okay.
and he'll go and trap and stuff.
So he has a cabin in Montana?
Yeah.
You ever been to his cabin in Montana?
No. Or I don't know if he had. See, I don't know because I've never been there, but he tells me he has a cabin.
Okay. Do you believe him?
Yeah. Because he likes the outdoors and the hunting and trapping. He taught me how to trap. So most likely, yeah. That, and he's also was talking about how he wanted to become do border control, not border control, a ranger or something up on the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about that for a while, but I don't know. He kind of just goes where he wants.
Okay. So, like we've kind of established, this probably isn't the first time anything like this has happened then, right?
No. This is the first time anybody's called and said that he was missing.
Okay. Why do you think somebody would call and say he's missing?
I have no idea. The only person that would care would be my grandmother.
During her interview, Sandra recalled that Jack had a habit of leaving abruptly without explanation, a pattern that often worried the family. But this time felt different. Jeremiah had given her a story that didn't quite add up. He claimed his father had left for Utah with a woman he barely knew. Still, there was something in Jeremiah's tone that unsettled her. He hinted there was more to the story, warning her that if he revealed it, she might never want him to visit her in Arizona again. Sandra's uneasy statement suggested that Jeremiah knew far more about his father's fate than he was admitting. leaving detectives desperate to uncover the truth.
Okay, do you know him to have any girlfriends, or is there anybody he would travel with that would come get him? Or
Yeah, but I don't know her name, so that really doesn't help.
have you ever seen her? Or
Yeah,
what's she look like?
she's from Utah. She's tall, skinny, got hair up to here, black hair, and she has like a new Dodge Ram, and it's like a blue color. And I think that's the only person that I've ever seen him drive off with or go with, but he came back.
Where did you see that at?
That was when I was at the orchard.
The area known as the Orchard, a vast expanse of apple trees just north of the Ute Mountain Reservation in Colorado, was where Jack had been living in his trailer before he vanished. Investigators soon turned their attention there, searching the property for any sign of what might have happened, unaware that what they were about to discover would defy all expectations. While Jeremiah couldn't provide the name of his father's supposed girlfriend, his sister Rachel could. She identified the woman as Joey and delivered a chilling revelation, claiming that Jack had killed both Joey and her son Brandon. The accusation sent shockwaves through the investigation, prompting detectives to urgently verify Joey's safety. But before they could act, Jeremiah's story took an unexpected and deeply disturbing turn.
He was trying to work at the Excelsior plant. He was trying to work there for a while, but then he started thinking that people were going to throw him into the machines and chop him up
Why would he think that?
because he's crazy.
When you say crazy, how do you mean?
Like he hears voices, God talks to him,
Okay, what does God say to him?
lots of things. God sometimes tells him to kill people. I don't think he's done it, I would hope anyways. And that God says that the government's after him, and so there's wires everywhere. He thinks like everybody's wearing wire, like.
While Jack's erratic behaviors were deeply concerning, they offered little insight into his whereabouts. Detectives redirected their focus, pressing witnesses for any clue about his last known location.
You said earlier that you had last seen him in February. When was that in February again?
I really don't know.
Like what
Approximately.
Like the 23rd?
So around the 23rd was the last time you saw him.
Yeah.
He was where at?
At the orchard. And then he was going to go check on a job. And then he left, and then he came back. And then I was out with the sheep, and when I got back, he was gone, and
You haven't seen him since?
I haven't seen him.
So just over the course of one day, you saw him that morning, and then he was gone by that night. And how did you know he was gone? I mean, other than the fact that he wasn't physically there, did he take things with him or what?
No, but he had he took his clothes and stuff, but the dog, he left his dog there.
Would that be abnormal for him, or?
Not really. But usually he comes back for his dogs. Because usually he has hound dogs and he'll leave them for a while and then he comes back. This time he just hasn't come back, but it hasn't been that long. Usually he can be gone 3-4 months before he'll come and get his dogs.
Investigators soon turned their attention to 55-year-old Elizabeth, the owner of the orchard and a nearby business known locally as the Dog Hotel. In her statement, Elizabeth explained that Jeremiah had been living with her at the Dog Hotel, sharing a room for roughly 6 months, leading up to Jack's disappearance. She spoke candidly about her disdain for Jack, describing him as a terrible person and a freeloader. According to Elizabeth, Jack frequently butchered her livestock, sometimes roasting them whole over an open fire. She recounted a particularly alarming episode in late 2007 when Jack allegedly spiraled out of control, threatening to kill his daughter Rebecca, along with her husband and their children. Officers later noted in their reports that the threats were so severe, Elizabeth had even contemplated shooting Jack herself. Whether she or anyone else ever followed through on that dark thought remains unknown. For now, with Jack still missing, investigators could only focus on one goal: finding him before it was too late.
You know, we're trying to figure out where he's at and why nobody seems to have heard from him for months now.
I know why he has a girlfriend.
So
No, I don't.
expand on that a little bit.
I just know he has a girlfriend because that's always where he is making more kids.
Jack's former partner, Rita, painted an equally complex picture of the man, revealing that he had fathered as many as 13 children with 4 different women.
So the day that you went out to tend the sheep, around February 23rd or so, snowing then, snow on the ground, what? So, how did he hoof it out? Did he hoof it out of there on foot, or?
No, somebody would have had to pick him up because there was snow. I'm thinking that lady.
Did he say, hey, I'll probably be gone shortly, somebody's coming to pick me up?
He doesn't say things like that. That's not his thing. He just up and leaves.
Kind of a spur of the moment thing?
Yeah. It's all of a sudden God tells him he needs to go somewhere else to do God's work, and he's gone.
As detectives continued to dig into Jeremiah's relationship with his father, a series of troubling patterns began to emerge. Patterns that hinted at a history far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined.
How was your relationship with your dad?
We get along.
Did you guys argue much, or?
No. Because before that, I didn't really talk to him. I didn't see him for maybe 5 years before that. Because I lived with him in Colorado Springs, and then him and my stepmother got a divorce, and she left, and so then I came back with my mother. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're not enemies. Because he's really not a father, because he just kind of comes and goes. And so it's kind of like an uncle.
Okay. So you don't have that fatherly attachment to him?
No.
Okay.
So I don't think any of us do.
Does it hurt your feelings that he's just up and disappeared? Does it make you wonder, or?
No, because I'm used to him doing this. Honestly, this isn't shocking at all. It's like he's always leaving.
Okay. So it doesn't make you feel bad?
No.
However, troubling statements from Jeremiah's mother, Rita, and unsettling remarks from Jack's children, Rebecca and Josh, soon pointed to a far darker explanation for their estrangement.
Had you and your dad ever been, or did you know of your dad getting in fights and arguments with your family here in town?
Oh, yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
He got in a fight with my sister Rebecca because he told her that these Christian people paid her to wear a wire to record him. And then that same day, he got in a fight with her, and then when he came back, then he threatened to kill. He threatened to kill my mother, my brother Johnny, my sister Rachel, my nephews, and my sister Rebecca, and leave me and my brother Josh alive.
Did you think he was serious about that?
Yes and no. It was more of a bluff. It was like he was just angry. That, and because he's crazy, he just goes off and leaves. And that's really when, after that, that's when he decided, I think that's when he left us.
Whether Jack had truly vanished on his own remained uncertain. Yet, with the disturbing claims provided by both Jim and Sandra, detectives began to suspect that something far more sinister was at play.
When your dad threatened to kill your brothers and sisters and your mom, how'd that make you feel? Did it make you mad?
Of course. I think it would make anybody mad, but it did make me mad, but I didn't think he was going to do it.
Let me ask you this, in your heart of hearts, would you believe that your dad would have killed them, or could have killed them, or?
No, I don't think he would have killed them. Maybe my mother, but not the kids, I don't think.
Why do you say your mom?
My dad hates my mother. My dad cannot stand my mother. But, because he says that she's a whore and that none of us are really his kids. So he thinks that I'm his kid and my brother Josh.
During their interviews, Jeremiah's mother, brother, and sister each revealed harrowing accounts of abuse and trauma. Rita described a gut-wrenching history of violence, alleging that Jack routinely beat and assaulted her, even during her pregnancies.
We kind of got a picture of who your dad is. Okay?
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Did your dad ever abuse you kids?
Yeah.
Like how?
Physically, mentally. He abused almost all of us. Like, he would make fun of you and make fun of all of us. And he'd beat the crap out of all of us. Or no, actually, that's not true. He'd beat the other kids, but he would beat the crap out of me.
You worse than them.
Yeah. usually. But that was also because I was the oldest and he was around way longer than that. Because when he left, most of the kids were still a little young.
Josh and Rachel corroborated their mother's statements, claiming that both Rachel and Jeremiah endured even more horrifying forms of abuse at their father's hands. These chilling accounts painted a picture of a deeply troubled family overshadowed by years of cruelty and fear. But these revelations were only the beginning. As investigators continued to peel back the layers of Jack Barry's past, even darker secrets began to emerge, each one more disturbing than the last. And yet, despite the horror of what was being uncovered, one question still haunted detectives. Where was Jack Barry?
You described your dad several times as crazy as can be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that stuff runs in a family.
Believe me, I know.
Did any of that get over into you? I mean, do you have problems with anything, hearing voices or anything?
Mm-hmm.
How about his parents, his mother, his father? Were either one of them having problems with
his
it?
father was crazy, too.
According to Sandra, Jack's father, Jack Kiesling, also known by the name Reverend Whitehorse, possessed a deeply disturbing history of violence. She claimed he once led a devil-worshipping cult near Silver City, New Mexico, in 1986. While police later confirmed that rumors of satanic activity had circulated in the region during the 1980s, no official records or evidence ever directly linked Kiesling, or anyone known as Reverend Whitehorse, to those claims. Yet when investigators began examining the contents of Jack's trailer at the orchard, what they uncovered suggested that he may have inherited more than just his father's name. The findings hinted at an unsettling fascination with dark and occult imagery, echoing the same sinister legacy Sandra described. As detectives pieced together Jack's past, Jeremiah's sudden and haunting admission would twist the investigation in a terrifying new direction, one that transformed a simple missing person case into something far more macabre.
Did they tell you he's a cannibal, too?
I'm sorry? They thought he was?
No, he was.
He was. How do you know this?
Because he made me eat people.
Who did he make you eat?
Dead Mexicans that were illegal.
And who killed them?
He did.
Where was this at?
All over the place. Colorado Springs, Arizona.
At what age were you when that was going on?
Before they put me in CPH, so. Like, I can remember from like 6 and onwards.
You actually saw him killing these people?
Yes, I think that I should help him.
How many would you estimate there were?
13.
13, you're pretty definite about that.
Yeah, 'cause I can remember them.
Josh, Jeremiah's younger brother, recounted chilling memories from his childhood, memories that no child should ever carry. He claimed to have seen human arms and legs stored inside the family refrigerator and described one horrifying discovery in particular: a severed hand with painted fingernails and a diamond ring still on its finger. What Josh alleged his father did with the remains was enough to turn anyone's stomach. When investigators searched Jack's trailer at the orchard, their findings were nothing short of nightmarish. Inside were demonic altars, decomposing skulls, and scattered animal bones, grim symbols of an obsession with death and the occult. Detectives then expanded their search to the nearby Dog Hotel, where Jeremiah had been living. Though no direct evidence revealed Jack's fate, the discoveries inside were profoundly disturbing. In the bathroom, officers uncovered a glass jar filled with a cloudy liquid. Suspended within it was a pill bottle containing a dark, decaying substance that released a nauseating stench when opened. The jar was collected as evidence, though the contents were never conclusively identified. Among Jeremiah's possessions, detectives also found several handwritten journals. The pages were covered with strange symbols and eerie sketches, signs that the family's fixation with the occult had not ended with Jack. Hidden between the pages, investigators would later discover a disturbing illustration that left them speechless.
When you say he tried to make you help, how did he try to make you help?
Like, cut him up. Because he was a meat cutter. And he was teaching me how to cut him up. So that it would be the most tender.
And he would force you to eat them as well. And were they all of these people Mexicans that were illegals, or was there other people involved too? Men, women, what?
Men, women, children, just illegals.
Rita, Jack's former partner, added another horrifying layer to the family's story. She told investigators that Jack often joked about having a special appetite, referring to a peculiar taste for a kind of meat best left unnamed. She also revealed that he had grown increasingly paranoid toward people of Mexican descent, an unsettling irony, given that Rita herself was of Mexican heritage.
These people, what put y'all into a position to be able to have him be able to kill him and get away with it 13 times?
He would be nice. He was always helping like homeless people, and because he was a meat cutter, he used to sell meat and give meat to different Mexican families. And he would go down to Mexico a lot. And it's not that hard. You can tell when somebody doesn't have a green card. Or at least that if they came from Mexico, he would take them.
How many do you know of in Colorado Springs?
2.
2. Mexican males, both of them.
Yes.
Amid the disturbing allegations of murder and cannibalism, investigators raced to locate Joey, Jack's former girlfriend, after Rita's children claimed that their father had killed her. To their relief, Joey was found alive and well in Penrose, Colorado. But what she revealed to detectives was unsettling in its own right. Joey recounted a series of bizarre and alarming experiences with Jack. She claimed he boasted about working for the CIA and confessed to killing people during his time in Bosnia. Even more disturbing, she recalled Jack once admitting to murdering his daughter's boyfriend and disposing of the body.
How long ago would that have been, those 2 guys?
97? Yeah.
You would have been how old then?
About 9, 10.
And did he kill him in the house where you guys lived?
Yes, the apartment.
And how would he go about that?
First, or he didn't kill him in the house.
Where would he kill him at?
I had no idea where he would kill him because I didn't go with him. But he would kill him and he would have him in the back of his truck. And then he would take him inside the house. And that's where he would chop him up.
In another chilling memory, Joey described Jack bringing home packages of meat wrapped in white butcher paper. When they cooked it, the taste was unlike anything she had ever eaten. Strange, bitter, and wrong. Jack told her it was buffalo meat, but Joey could never shake the feeling that it wasn't.
And that's why for like 6 years I didn't eat meat at all. Because I didn't even want to be around the sight of meat.
So when he would bring them into the house, they were already deceased?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a big, it's a lot of work I would think, to handle a body like that. Where would he store them? How would that work?
A lot of the times they would already be chopped up into sections. And then I would have to go and help him carry it in.
So have you help him bring it into the house?
Yeah.
And then what would he do?
We would chop them up and put them in the freezer.
And is that what you guys use to sustain yourselves off of?
When my mom wasn't around, yes.
Despite a growing web of accounts involving violence, cult rituals, and cannibalism, none of it brought detectives closer to understanding what truly happened to Jack Barry. His disappearance remained an enigma, one steeped in fear, contradiction, and secrecy. Yet as the interviews progressed, detectives began to form their own quiet theory, one they were not yet ready to reveal. Their subtle, probing questions did not go unnoticed by Jeremiah.
As you can see, I'm kind of old, But I've worked quite a few missing person cases, and most of them the people turn up somewhere later on just fine. But a couple of occasions, they weren't fine. Some bad things had happened to them. Okay, they were dead. and I have no knowledge that this is the case here, but I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
If your dad's missing and somebody did kill him, what kind of punishment do you think that person should get?
I don't know how to answer that question.
What do you think would be fair punishment for someone that killed your dad?
Matters what he did to them.
So what would make it okay?
It wouldn't make it okay, but
Do you think that if someone went out and intentionally killed him, they should deserve a second chance?
no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody killing him, though. That's okay. If somebody was to kill him, yeah, I think they deserve a second chance.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
From everything I've heard so far, your dad wasn't a big part of your life, kind of left your mom, with all your brothers and sisters kind of on your own trying to fend for yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with me.
Okay.
Did you ever think, deep down somewhere, you know what? I'd just like to give him what he deserves.
I think everybody thinks that at one time or another.
About your father or
No.
about their own fathers in general?
About people in general. About my father, yeah, I thought that. But would I act upon it? No. No.
He seemed to sense their suspicions, and before long, his guarded composure began to crack.
Like Detective Ellis here, I've done this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's been my experience.
Okay.
If you got a guy, kind of like your dad, in and out, here and there, kind of sporadic through your life, and he's abusing his kids physically and mentally,
Mm-hmm.
probably abusing them in other ways too. Did that go on in your household?
You guys think I did it?
No, look.
Well, he has this twitching thing to the eye.
I have a twitching thing all over my face.
Yes, but no, it's not just that. And then you said my grandmother. Yes, he agrees.
What makes you think that would make us think that you were doing it though? Just those few
No,
things.
no, just because the questions that you've been asking are interesting questions.
Well, that's because they send us to school to teach us how to ask these interesting questions. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're thinking one way or the other just at this point. If there's something that you need to tell us or you want to tell us like that, we'd sure be glad to hear it. But
there's nothing I would like to tell you.
What Jeremiah has yet to realize is that detectives already know far more than they're revealing. When Jim first contacted authorities about his missing brother, his suspicion of Jeremiah's involvement wasn't based on instinct alone. It stemmed from a chilling confession Jeremiah had already made to him. That revelation would soon turn a routine missing persons case into a full-blown nightmare.
if there's something you know about this, now's the time to tell us, because, you know, if there's something that's happened, you know, we can work through that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's asking you right up front, you know, because you're not dumb. You can see, yeah, I would be suspect. I'm one of the last people to see him. So
yeah, it's just the energy you're putting off is making me feel like. At first it didn't. Actually, at first it kind of did, but towards the end of, or it's the end, but
Here's what I'm trying to figure out is what happened to you then. If it ends up him just wandering off somewhere with somebody, so be it.
most likely.
If it's more than that, I'm gonna find that out too. Because here's the deal with things like this.
Okay.
Whether it was just him wandering off, or whether it was something else, we'll find out.
our investigation will not end until we know the answer about where he's at.
After hours of questioning, detectives step out to confer privately, reviewing every disturbing detail of Jeremiah's account. When they return, their demeanor has shifted, their tone colder, their questions sharper. Jeremiah can sense the change. He is no longer being treated as a concerned relative, but as a suspect.
Okay, at this point, I believe that you know more about what happened to your dad than what you're telling me right now.
Okay.
Okay, and what you've told us up to this point.
Mhm.
A couple of the things I want to clarify with you is this. When we were at your house, I asked you when was the last time you saw your dad.
Mm.
Okay, and you told me on February 19th.
Mm.
Now all of a sudden it's the 23rd. Okay, when was the last time, Jeremiah, that you saw your dad?
You're asking somebody who doesn't keep track of dates and time. Let's go with the 20th.
Okay, Jeremiah, do you have any knowledge about what happened to your dad?
No, I don't.
Okay, why would somebody say that you did?
Who said this?
According to reports, Jeremiah's grandmother, Sandra, initially dismissed his claims, citing his history of dishonesty. But when he offered her Jack's wallet, later discovered hidden inside his backpack, the possibility that he had been telling the truth became terrifyingly real. With pressure mounting, detectives pushed Jeremiah to reveal what really happened to his father.
Here's what I think.
Mm.
I think that your dad abused you
Mm.
and your siblings for a long, long time.
Mm.
Okay? I think that you were mad, and I think you were angry, and I think that he put you in a situation where you had to make a life and death decision. Is that what happened?
What did my grandmother say?
Why would your grandma say anything?
Because.
What'd
Yes,
you tell
he
your
did.
grandma?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Okay, here's where we're at, Jeremiah.
Did he put you in a situation like that where you had to make a decision?
Yes.
And what was the ultimate result of that?
What you guys think?
What do we think, Jeremiah?
Death.
Are you saying you killed your dad?
Yes.
How did you kill your dad, Jeremiah?
I shot him
Where'd you shoot him at?
in the head.
Where at?
At what location?
Out in the woods.
What follows is a confession so shocking that it redefines the entire investigation. His chilling motive for pulling the trigger, and the gruesome truth about what he did with his father's body, would leave even seasoned investigators shaken.
Where was the gun, or how did that come into play?
He had the gun.
Okay, how'd you get that from?
When he went down and he put his stuff down. He went to go to the bathroom and I went and I grabbed it from his jacket pocket.
So it was a pistol?
Okay, did you shoot him in the back of the head?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
You said in the forehead earlier. Was it the back or
No, it was the back of the head.
the back of the head?
Yeah.
While it's possible that Jeremiah simply misspoke, inconsistencies within his confession quickly raised questions. According to his grandmother Sandra, Jeremiah had told her a different version of events, claiming he shot his father with a rifle, not a pistol, and that the fatal shot struck Jack in the forehead, not in the back.
Can you describe what happened after that? I know it's kind of tough, but we kind of need these details as well.
Like what?
Where did you put the gun? Where's the gun at now? Where is he at? Things like that.
The gun I threw into the Ennis River.
To which river?
The river in Dolores, Durango.
Where at? Where were you at when you threw the gun into the river?
It's a park.
Investigators also examined Jeremiah's journals recovered from the dog hotel. Inside, they found a disturbing sketch depicting what appeared to be a dismembered human body. Other pages were filled with satanic symbols and unsettling phrases, one reading, "Kill him, and I will do what is necessary for my survival."
And then I got rid of the body.
How did you get rid of the body, Jeremiah? Listen to me, Jeremiah. This is the more honest you are right now, and give us the details, okay? The better it's going to be for you. I promise you that.
How do we doubt that?
Here's what we do know, Jeremiah. Your dad was a rotten dad, okay? And he didn't do right by you and your siblings, okay? That we do know that. We know that the hell that he put you kids through, okay? That's what we figured out. We need to get this ironed out. I promise you it'll be better for you in the long run.
Right.
Okay, so you shot your dad, and then what happened?
Nothing, however, could prepare detectives for what came next.
And then I chopped him up
With what?
with knives and hatchet.
Okay.
And then I disposed of part of his body. And then I disposed of another part,
Disposed of what?
the torso,
Where at?
on the reservation.
In chilling detail, Jeremiah described how he dismembered his father's body. He confessed to stabbing the severed hands more than 190 times before placing the remains into buckets filled with cement. He admitted to burning the bones and leaving what was left for the coyotes on the Ute reservation. The confession left investigators questioning everything. Had Jeremiah meticulously planned his father's murder? Or had years of violence finally pushed him past the breaking point? For now, one grim task remained: finding what was left of Jack Barry.
So that bucket, where's it at the dog hotel?
In the storeroom.
In the storeroom?
Yes, but nobody knows it's there.
2 large plastic buckets were later discovered in a storage room at the dog hotel. X-rays revealed what lay hidden inside: human bones encased in concrete, including hands, feet, and a skull with a bullet lodged squarely in the forehead. The finding contradicted Jeremiah's earlier claim that the fatal shot had been fired from behind, leaving investigators to wonder whether he had simply misremembered the details of a traumatic killing, or was concealing something far more deliberate.
Does anybody else know about what happened that night?
Mm-mm. I just told my mom and my grandmother.
Did they believe you right off the bat or no?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, because I don't lie. Why would I? I don't, especially to my mother and my grandmother. Let's see how she's helping me though.
The axe and the knife that you used to chop him up, where are those items at?
They're in the river too.
In the river too. How did you transport his torso out there to where you described out near the reservation, or is it really there?
Yeah, it's really there with his truck.
And his truck is out there also?
No.
Oh, you transported it with his truck?
Yeah.
Is that the truck that was out here at the house?
Yeah.
The one in the barn?
Yeah.
An aerial search of the remote canyon where Jeremiah claimed to have carried out the gruesome act turned up nothing. When he later led detectives to another site, insisting it held his father's remains, they found only an empty trash bag. According to the police report, investigators believed Jeremiah was intentionally misleading them, suggesting he didn't want his father's remains ever to be reunited. They also noted his apparent fear that Jack could somehow return from the dead through black magic. Jeremiah's disturbing treatment of his father's body left detectives struggling to comprehend his true motive. But even after everything they had uncovered, nothing could prepare them for the next revelation, one that would expose the darkest layer of this already horrifying case. As for the orchard owner, Elizabeth, though she had once admitted to considering shooting Jack, she was out of town in Boulder, Colorado, at the time of his death, effectively clearing her as a suspect. With no evidence suggesting that anyone assisted Jeremiah, and other potential suspects ruled out, investigators shifted their focus to understanding what could have driven him to such an unthinkable act.
What happened that got you to the point that you felt that that's what you had to do?
I cry. It's not worth it.
You know what, Jeremiah? It's emotional, man. It's okay.
If you need to.
If you need to, cry.
We cry too, buddy. If you need to, you take care of it.
Yeah.
He told me that God told him.
It's okay.
God told him.
God told him that I was supposed to have a sex change so that way I could be his like wife. Because he wasn't supposed to sleep with women. Because he wasn't supposed to have any more children, because he thought that people were going to take his kid and turn it into the Antichrist.
The night that this occurred was a day night.
Right?
And did he actually do that night as well?
Yes.
Okay. So after he's finished, he puts his stuff down. You get the pistol and you shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Detectives later searched the river where Jeremiah claimed to have discarded the knives, hatchet, and firearm, but the powerful current made recovery impossible. Despite multiple inconsistencies in Jeremiah's account, such as the type of weapon used and the position of the gunshot wound. The reasons behind these contradictions would remain a mystery. One final entry in Jeremiah's journal, however, revealed a chilling glimpse into his state of mind. In it, he acknowledged the horror of what he had done, writing, "I have to live with the consequences." As the interrogation drew to a close, Jeremiah made one final statement, something he wanted detectives, and perhaps the world, to remember with absolute clarity.
I just want to tell you, nobody else knew about it at all.
Just your grandma and mom.
Yeah. No, but and nobody helped me do any of it. It was just me.
Police records confirm that only the hands, feet, and head of Jack Barry were ever recovered from his dismembered body. On March 29, 2008, 20-year-old Jeremiah Raymond Barry was arrested and booked into the Montezuma County Jail on a charge of second-degree murder. His bond was set at $500,000. In August 2009, Jeremiah initially entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, but was later deemed competent to stand trial. He ultimately pleaded guilty to 1 count of reckless manslaughter and 1 count of felony menacing. The court sentenced him to 3 years in jail, with 443 days credited for time already served, followed by an intensive probation period of 141 months. On March 2, 2012, just 2 years after his release, Jeremiah Barry died under unclear circumstances at the age of 24. No one else was ever charged or implicated in the murder and dismemberment of Jack Barry. Do you believe Jeremiah acted out of long-simmering abuse and trauma, or was his father's influence darker than anyone realized? With so many contradictions in his confession, do you think Jeremiah was telling the whole truth, or hiding something far more sinister? What really happened inside the Barry family may never be fully known. But one thing is certain: evil often hides in plain sight. If you found this case as chilling as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us your theory in the comments below. Your take might just reveal the missing piece.